Bobi Wine amaliriza ebintu byengendo kusomera bino byonna ng'agamba nti kale nno byebyo, if you know you know. Woba wasoma akatabo ka Animal Farm sigalawo ogenda kutegeera. Mwabataakasoma mu nsonyiwe ngenda kubasomera buli kimu naye ate sigenda kubavvuunulira. Leero kino katukyesigalize, if you know you know. Woba radio oyagala okumanya genda okagule okasome tugende maaso. All of last night I was thinking about my fallen friend Gen Kasilwe Gwanga, how he was arrested, his last call saying he was not sick but under arrest, how we never heard from him again, how he was pronounced dead 3 weeks later, and how he was finally laid to rest without many of his friends getting the chance to pay him last respects. My mind was taken back to the story of Animal Farm on page 37, and all of a sudden I felt like Clover. My eyes were filled with tears as the story made more sense in this time. Fare thee well, boxer of our times. Kati mwabagenda okutegeera bino byengenda okuddamu basomera yemmwe bekka abasoma Animal Farm, and I'm so proud okubeera nga akatabako nakasoma, so I clearly understand what Bobi Wine is talking about. Niwe banga tiwakasoma wuliriza osanga osobola okutegeera kiki kyennyini Bobi Wine kyagamba, kuba amaliriza nga agamba if you know you know. Tweyongereyo. Animal Farm page 27. Boxer cried Clover in a terrible voice. Boxer, get out. Get out quickly. They are taking you to your death. All the animals took up the cry of get out, Boxer. Get out. But the van was already gathering speed and drawing away from them. It was uncertain whether Boxer had understood what Clover had said. But a moment later, his face disappeared from the window, and there was a sound of a tremendous drumming of hoofs inside the van. He was trying to kick his way out. The time had been when a few kicks from Boxer's hoofs would have smashed the van to match wood. But alas, his strength had left him. In a few moments, the sound of drumming hoofs grew fainter and died away. In desperation, the animals began appealing to the two horses, which drew the van to stop. Comrades, comrades, they shouted, don't take your own brother to his death. But the stupid brutes, too ignorant to realize what was happening, merely set back their ears and quickened their pace. Boxer's face did not reappear at the window. Too late. Someone thought of racing ahead and shouting the 5-barred gate, but in another moment the van was through it and rapidly disappearing down the road. Boxer was never seen again. 3 days later, it was announced that he had died in the hospital at Willingdon, in spite of receiving every attention a horse could have. Squealer, Napoleon's spokesperson, came to announce the news to others he had, he said, been present during Boxer's last hours. It was the most affecting sight I have ever seen, said Squealer, lifting his trotter and wiping away a tear. I was at his bedside at the very last, and at the end, almost weak to speak, he whispered in my ear that his sole sorrow was to have passed on before the windmill was smashed. Forward, comrades, he whispered. Forward in the name of rebellion. Long live Animal Farm. Long live comrades. Napoleon, Napoleon, long live comrades. Napoleon is always right. Those were his last words, comrades. Here, Squealer's demeanor suddenly changed. He fell silent from a moment. His little eyes darted suspicious glances from side to side before he proceeded. It had come to his knowledge, he said, that a foolish and wicked rumor had been circulated at the time of Boxer's removal. Some of the animals had noticed that the van which took Boxer away was marked horse slaughter, and he had actually jumped to the conclusion that Boxer was being sent to the knackers. It was almost unbelievable, said Squealer, that any animal could be so stupid. Surely, he cried indignantly, whisking his tail and skipping from side to side. Surely they knew their beloved leader, Comrade Napoleon, better than that. But the explanation was really very simple. The van had been previously the property of the knacker, but had been bought by the veterinary surgeon, who had not yet painted the old name off. That was how the mistake had risen. The animals were enormously revealed to hear this, and when Squealer went on to give further graphic details of Boxer's deathbed, the admirable care he had received, the expensive medicines for which Napoleon had paid without a thought as to the cost. Their last doubts disappeared, and the sorrow that they felt for their comrade's death was tempered by the thought that at last he had died happy. Napoleon himself appeared at the meeting on the next Sunday morning and pronounced a short oration in Boxer's honor. It had not been possible, he said, to bring back their lamented comrades' remainings for interment on the farm, but he had ordered a large wreath to be made from the laurels in the farmhouse garden and sent down to be placed on Boxer's grave. And in a few days' time, the pigs intended to hold a memorial banquet in Boxer's honor. Napoleon ended his speech with a reminder of Boxer's two favorite maxims: "I will work harder and Comrade Napoleon is always right." Maxims, he said, which every animal would do well to adopt as his own. On the day appointed for the banquet, a grocer's van drove up from Willingdon and delivered a large wooden crate at the farmhouse. That night was the sound of uproarious singing, which was followed by what sounded like a violent quarrel and ended at about 11 o'clock with a tremendous clash of glass. No one stirred in the farmhouse before noon on the following day, and the word went around that from somewhere or the other the pigs had acquired the money to buy themselves another case of whiskey. Kale nno byebyo. If you know, you know.